Welcome back. For today, I selected a novel which is very special to me because this is the very first text that I have read written by the Algerian Francophone writer Maïssa Bey. So this is the text that allowed me to discover her as an author. So the novel is entitled Cette, fille-là, and it was published in 2001 by L'Aube Edition. And to my knowledge, the text was not published in any Algerian publishing house. The novel is 183 pages long, and it tells the story of a protagonist whose name is Malika, Mleika, or Mleikia. Different names, different appellations for the same protagonist, which tells a little bit already about the protagonist turmoil with her identity. So already from the first pages of the novel, we learn actually that the protagonist is born to an unidentified mother, so her parents are unknown. She is what we would call in French enfant né sous X. And the whole novel, or at least an important part of the novel, deals with her story or different stories, because we will see that one of peculiarities of Malika is that she reinvents her story each time. The novel is divided into 17 chapters. Eight devoted to other characters that Malika or Mleikia would be telling. So she is the protagonist narrator. She tells her story, but also the different stories of other women that she would encounter in a specific place. So the different other characters are named Aisha, Yamina, Mazahra, Fatima, Khaira, Mbarka, Badra, and Hurriya. So in addition to those 8 named chapters, we have 9 unnamed chapters that will tell Malika's story as such. So we have unentitled chapters, an alternation between unnamed chapters, the ones that deal with the protagonist's story, and named chapters which would deal, each one of them would center on a different character. The story takes place in a very particular setting, which is rather gloomy, and at the beginning of the novel, the author or the narrator would tell us that this is a kind of unknown place that gathers people who are really at the margin of the society. So it's a kind of, I would like to say, a kind of wasteland where people who do not have any place to go end up. Protagonist then will share her story, repeatedly reinvented, and along with the stories of those women, with their happy moments, but also with their sad moments. And through their different stories, we will come to learn about different, again, taboos, because Maïssa Bey is always willing to handle taboo issues which are very sensitive, and through each one of these characters we will discover one facet of the Algerian society. So those women come from different backgrounds, from the countryside sometimes, from the city other times. They were mothers, they were lovers, they did have their own trajectories, they made their own choices, and they all ended up in this very particular place. So this is a very interesting novel that I really like, and I would like to share with you a passage which is taken from the very first chapter. and which precisely describes the place, and already through the description of the setting we have a kind of idea about what to expect throughout the novel. So it reads, this is taken from page 15, and it reads: Eux, ce sont les pensionnaires, des dizaines de vieillards, femmes et hommes, rassemblés là sans distinction de sexe. C'est inutile à présent, inutile de les séparer, je veux dire. Inutiles, eux aussi, parqués, abandonnés ou sans aucune famille pour les prendre en charge, condamnés à l'oubli. Parmi les femmes, certaines ont été mères, en d'autres temps, si lointains que leurs enfants en s'en souviennent plus. Il y a aussi des femmes très jeunes parfois, répertoriées comme cas sociaux, dossiers faisant foi, marqués en lettres rouges d'un sceau indélébile, le sceau de l'infamie, plus communément désignés sous l'appellation filles-mères, de passage seulement, sans leurs enfants, abandonnés ailleurs, dans un lieu semblable à celui-ci. Ici, on dit des filles en détresse. Il paraît que c'est moins déshonorant. Pas de place ailleurs pour elles, ni pour tous ceux qui sont là. Et puis encore, pour faire bonne mesure, quelques débiles mentaux, profonds ou légers, trop âgés pour être placés dans des centres spécialisés, pas trop agressifs, pas encore grabataires, abandonnés par leurs familles eux aussi, oubliés de tous, et qui errent tout le jour dans le parc, au foyer ou dans les couloirs en bavassant. So we see then that through this extract, this is really a very particular setting that gathers people who are really at the very marge of the society. Here maybe what is also worth mentioning, because this is probably gives a hint about the spirit of the novel, is that the protagonist narrator was born in July 1962, which coincides with the Algerian liberation from French colonization. So probably those who would like to make analysis would find this very interesting. Yes, so thank you so much, and see you next video.